What up, and welcome back to the channel for another Escape from Tarkov video. This time we'll be talking about some of the worthwhile guns that we can build after unlocking level 3 traders and supplementing them with components from the flea market. As always, don't forget to like the video and chuck any questions that you have down in the comments, or even any suggestions for what guns you personally like to use and how you kit them out. And also consider subscribing to the channel for more Tarkov content. It's free and it really goes a long way in helping the channel grow. Alright, now first up we have the RPK, which can be picked up pretty cheap from the flea market. Right now it's selling for about 40 to 50k for a full durability one and doesn't really take a whole lot of modding to get some good stats on it. We'll start off by replacing the standard muzzle device for the PWS CQB muzzle brake from Skier for around 15,000 rubles. For the foregrip, I personally like the Magpul RVG that can be picked up from Peacekeeper for around 80 USD. It has really well balanced stats for the price that you pay. Another solid option for the foregrip would be the Zenit RK1, also sold from Skier. Both of them have very similar stats, but the RVG slightly favors ergo over the RK1 while still keeping the recoil very manageable. Next, we'll replace the standard stock with the Magpul MOE carbine stock. You can pick up the stealth gray color from Peacekeeper for around 70 USD. If you don't care about the color of the tan, and both of the green variants are a few bucks cheaper. Throw the rubber butt pad on for more ergo and recoil control and slap your preferred sight to the top rail. I'm using the EOTech hollow sight from Peacekeeper for around 225 USD. If you want to put a tack light on this gun, which I always recommend doing, you'll have to grab one of the RPK handguard rails from the flea market. They're currently going for around 5,000 rubles, and then my light of choice is usually an X400 from Peacekeeper for around 90 USD. Grab some 30 round mags from Propor, fill them up with BP or BT, which is really easy to find, and you have a really solid gun for less than 100,000 rubles out the door. Next up we have the classic MDR. This gun has been a fan favorite of many a Tarkov player for quite a few wipes now, and that certainly did not change with 12.12. One of the strongest selling points of this gun is that it's almost ready to go right out of the box. You could literally just throw a sight on this thing and take it into the raid. But we can get some better stats on this thing with just a few mods that are fairly inexpensive. First thing we're going to do is replace the standard muzzle for the Surefire SF3P flash hider from Mechanic for around 7,000 rubles, and then attach the Surefire RC2 suppressor to the front of that thing. For the foregrip, we'll go for the M-Lock AFG, which Peacekeeper sells for around 65 USD. We can attach this one right to the handguard without needing a separate rail. After that, you need to put a sight on top, and again the sight is personal preference, but I'm going with the EOTech hollow sight from Peacekeeper for around 225 USD. Grab some 30 round mags, fill them with the M856A1 from Peacekeeper, and just like the RPK, if you want to put a tack light on the MDR, you'll need to grab a 2.5 inch rail from Mechanic for around 2,300 rubles. Out the door, this thing should only run you around 100 to 150,000 rubles. Now the last gun I wanted to talk about is the 5.7, which is the OG of budget runners. You can pick one of these up from Peacekeeper for like 260 USD, your choice on if you want to bring in an extra mag or not. I usually don't, as you will not need the full mag to drop somebody and take their gun, as long as you load this with the SS190 rounds that Peacekeeper sells. The iron sights on this pistol are absolutely amazing, and you don't need to do anything at all to this gun to have many successful raids. One thing I do like to add is the Surefire XC1 flashlight from Mechanic, which will run you around an additional 18,000 rubles. Just load in, click faces, and profit. Now we can talk really quick about the rest of the gear. For the helmet, I would suggest just continuing to use the 6B47, which can be traded from Ragman level 2 for just 2 bleach. Alternatively, you can grab the U-Lock for around 60,000 rubles on the flea market. For armors, we have a couple of different options. The Strandhog plate carrier can be traded for 1 sewing kit and 2 Cordura from Ragman. This rig has decent storage, but it is made from aluminum, so it does not repair very well. It's still a decent option to pick up if you have the items for the trade just laying around. The TV110 armored rig can be picked up for 4 bleach and 2 shampoo, all of which can be crafted in your lavatory, which makes this a very solid and easily obtainable option. The last armored rig that I would recommend would be the ANA M1 armored rig, which can be traded for 4 Aquamari and 1 Kvass water. The trick here is to drink the waters down until they only have 1 use left, and then use those single-use bottles for the trade, making this a very cheap and effective option. For standalone armored vests, there's a couple of options available in the Courant and the Gazelle. The Courant has higher movement penalties but offers more coverage and has greater repairability, whereas the Gazelle gives less penalties and less coverage and doesn't repair well at all, but it does have a higher max durability. I personally prefer the Courant over the Gazelle, but you are more than welcome to run whatever you'd like. And lastly, I would round this whole kit out with the Tri-Zip for 46,000 rubles from Ragman, which is a great lower profile backpack with good space and a decent price. Now I know I didn't cover all of the guns and all of the gear. This is just what I've personally used the most and have had the most success with. Most of the other guns require a lot more modding, and I think they deserve to have their own videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.